Hey gang, Mocha Boy here from Reddit Force, and welcome back to another episode of Reddit Force Chronicles. Today we're going to be talking about yet another TH9 versus TH10 attack. This is something that, when it was showed to me many months ago by a former member, I didn't even think it was possible, but sure enough, using the right strategy and picking the right base, TH9 versus TH10 attacks can accomplish quite a bit. So I want to take you through a couple of those considerations here. This last war that we had with was with a clan called Egypt. Absolutely just thrashed them. This was more three-star attacks in this entire war than most of the wars prior. And we went in with, I believe, 20 players, and we're able to three-star 14 of their bases, including some of their Town Hall 10s. Part of the strategy going into this war was for me, to attack high to free up some of those TH10 attacks to attack lower, because they had some underdeveloped TH10s, which we took advantage of. By sending in our Gola Loon team, for some of those lower Town Hall 10 bases, and it worked out just fine. So for this attack, this was the base I hit, 1973. This was a first attack on the base, so a couple of considerations that you have to make. You have to bring extra troops. There's just no way around that. So I load up on minions, I load up on balloons. But the plan for this was to, just like any other TH10 attack, the first thing that I try to do is scope out the air defenses and then see what's defending them. And a couple of the notable things about the way the defenses are laid out here is that you have the Archer Queen here, you have the air defense here, one air defense covering all three of these defenses here, but this one's open. And then there's your Town Hall along with the trigger range. So the idea here was to flow some balloons into these archer towers, along with one here. And I brought 10 balloons. The way the counts worked out for this was this. Since this one will be the first deploy, and it's a level 13 archer tower. This requires 3 balloons, and that's also because you'll have the air defense firing on there, along with just the extra hit points. So you need just a couple extra balloons. This one will take 2, and this one will take 2. Now the thing that concerned me about this were these pockets here, all of which could house traps. And just in case they did, I brought extra balloons. But it turned out after the case that they only had splash balloons, so the red balloons, not the black ones. Now the other consideration here, which is really important for the way that this works, is to get the balloons to make it to these archer towers, especially as they're covered by this air defense. You have to rage this spot, or you have to rage these, because with these army camps, that travel distance is too much for even 3 balloons to take out. So for this strategy, it was really just all about getting the balloons in there as quickly as possible to take out those air defenses, and then banking all of this as free percentage for later on. So 1 rage, 3 balloons, 2 balloons, 2 balloons here. These 2 balloons here, while these guys were shooting at some of the other balloons, would be able to sneak in, grab that, along with grab the lure. Now there was one other thing that was added to this, and this is kind of the secret sauce of making this work, and that was, again, you know how I love to lead with giants. I sent in 1 giant to tie up this archer tower, and this archer tower. So that left all of my balloons free to just rush right in, as that 1 giant was soaking in damage from 3 defenses. It is such a small thing to do, but the results are just insane for being able to pull that off. So just make sure, if you're sending in hogs for a lure or balloons for a lure, and you need them to survive, make sure you pair them up with a giant. After that, I was going to take care of the CC over here. The CC kill squad was going to go there. Now, as far as the rest of the plan was concerned, a couple of the things that you need to know about the way that some of these bases work. This pocket here, this northern pocket, is bad news. You have to remember that with troop targeting, they will, anything that gets stuck in here will automatically flow to every single one of these buildings before they move anywhere near the core. And that's because the computer AI favors undefended buildings. And notice in this pocket, it's nothing but undefended buildings. This is the way that southern teasers work. I guess in this case, this would be a northern teaser. So unfortunately, because of that, with my dinky little TH9 army, they probably would not survive this gauntlet, not with these Inferno towers and these heroes, plinking away at them. So that really only leaves this approach and this approach. These pockets here, more than likely more than likely big bombs. So the path into the reason that I ended up choosing this side of the base was because the Archer Queen was over here, and thankfully she was over there, well away from the town hall. There's no Teslas anywhere in this core. There's no space for Teslas anywhere in this core, so that's another huge thing if you're a TH9 attacker. Look for bases where there's not those 2x2 spots housing Teslas internally. And it turned out actually that all the Teslas were up here anyway, so this is perfect. If they go heavy north, just attack them from the south. So as far as taking out this base, three wall breakers right there, and then a big rage right here, along with a second round of wall breakers to take out that next set of walls. And that frees you up to only take 6 wall breakers, which is huge when you're calculating what you need to take in with you. Now, just a couple of other things with the way that this base is laid out. You never want to attack from the north, and that's simply from the south, because what happens is this. Your troops have a tendency to split off like this, and then when they get here, like that. So they'll have to take out every single one of these buildings before they ever jump into the core. So the way that you get around that is to send them in from the side. So always broadside the base in that respect. And then use a jump right there to, once they get into here, they'll jump right into there, take out all these buildings, along with the BK, which is pretty much nothing on defense. And then they'll be able to jump right into the town hall, take that out, and call it a day. Now, the interesting thing about the way that this works is when you go in these, kind of in a serial fashion in this direction, as they take out this building, then they move to that building, then they move to that building. But then if there's a jump here, they'll actually double back and then come back into there. So they won't actually follow this path, which is a really interesting way with the way that the targeting dynamics work. So the end result is it's something like this. Even if you send them in this line, they go this way, then double back and go this way. They go this way, then double back and go this way. Same thing here, and then they go out and then up. That's just the way that the targeting engine works. And that gives you the cleanest path into the core of the base to take out the town hall. And at that point, it's just a simple matter of just getting the AQ anywhere within range of that town hall, and then you're set. So those were the considerations. I left a giant and 4 wizards in reserve, so I was able to attack from the southwest without any wizards, just all my heavy DPS troops. Okay, so just one last thing with the composition that I use. I love to send in anywhere from 5 to 8 giants. They are beast mode, like under rage, and even under multi-target Inferno towers. They'll be up long enough under rage to do a hell of a lot of damage before they go down. So consider taking more of them and 1 less golem or 1 less Pecker or whatever. Because once you get them in a rage, they just absolutely wreck everything in sight. So let's step through this. Pre-drop the rage, the giant will come down next, and then balloon, 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 2 balloons, 2 balloons, and then just wait. And sure enough, I drew 2 red bombs, 2 red air bombs, which, they're moving so fast, didn't really affect them. And then, the beauty here is they took out 1, 2, 3, 4 defenses along with a couple of storages, which is huge. I've already banked 8%, and I've lured out the clan castle. With 2 of the extra balloons that I had left over, I ended up coming over to grab this archer tower to pull out the rest of the CC. And these guys had stuck nothing but witches, and 2 witches, 1 wizard, and a bunch of archers. Now the one consideration there is that you need, I love to do loon drops for these types of kills. You need a lot of space, probably close to 5 or 6 tiles for that little DPS. For the balloon to take them out. And unfortunately, I ended up missing this. But so there's the balloon with my backup minions, 3 minions, 4 minions, 5. And then once the CC goes down, I'll start banking percentage. One other thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that when you're setting up for your jump in, you want to make sure that you try to set up a funnel. And the best way to break this chain of buildings was to take out that cannon. So this was 2 minions on this cannon, and then that prevents a lot of your troops from kind of straying off to the right. And that was absolutely one of the keys to making this work. Just 2 simple minions there over on the edge. So you'll see the minions pop down in just a second. Couple minions up top to start banking that percentage, 2 minions down here to start working on this cannon, and then a golem and 3 wall breakers right away to start my jump into the core. Golem, 3 wall breakers. Normally I would have offset them, but there wasn't any splash that I had to worry about. So P.E.K.K.A, CC P.E.K.K.A, CC Giant, a couple more wall breakers with the Rage. Here come the Giants. Now remember, the Giants in this scenario are the DPS, so that's why they got deployed a little bit later than some of the other ones. But unfortunately, I noticed after the fact that I actually had 1 P.E.K.K.A left over, which I thought was kind of funny because this small force was able to go in there, jump to the core, take out that town hall. And then I happened to remember I still had a P.E.K.K.A left, or notice that I had a P.E.K.K.A left, so there he is. He's going to go in and just kind of go off to the side. The BK's down, the skeletons are down, the Giants are just going in and wrecking all those defenses. But the BK jumped into the town hall, 2 swipes from the CC P.E.K.K.A, and that town hall goes down. And then at that point, the AQ actually didn't really contribute anything in that respect. Uses her ability, just starts to soak up some additional damage. But meanwhile, while that was happening, these minions were off on the north, just working on banking a lot of that free percentage. So I deploy what's left of my army, which is just a giant and a few wizards, kind of dumb over here, just to grab a little extra percentage. And then I was able to walk away with 60% and 2 stars on this base, which was more or less maxed out, at least as far as the things that matter. So yeah, this was a pretty cool attack. If you see a base like this, definitely think about different ways to apply what you saw here. How to take down those archer towers, trying to understand what side to attack from and what to attack them with. This ended up working out pretty well for me. So yeah, I've got a few more recaps to do, but there were so many great attacks from this. I'm just gonna have to pick the 3 that I think were pretty exemplary, and I'll get those out in short order. But thanks for watching.